Welcome to AP Live.
Hi.
I am here with NKOTV, New Kids on the Block.
What's up?
Who are promoting their new DVD, Coming Home. Now, why did you guys decide to do a DVD?
Who's laughing?
Your little brother.
Why did we decide to do a DVD, fellas?
Yeah, that's right, Jordan. Tell her.
You look so screwed.
Well-
You got us at the end of the day.
No, cause
We decided to do the DVD.
this
This is our 48th
because
interview of the day.
people don't see this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're usually a little more polished, and people just see us on stage. We wanted to give our fans a chance to see the behind the scenes stuff, like
In-depth interviews.
Exactly, in-depth
Yeah.
interviews, some bloopers,
That's right.
behind the scenes, us rehearsing, our thoughts, all that, feelings, what we're going through,
That's right.
commentary, and all that.
Well, it's interesting, though, because the DVD kind of shows your journey back together as a group, correct?
Yes.
So what was that like, where I remember the Today Show performance. Something's hilarious right now.
No. We're with you. We are 100%
I remember
with
the
you.
Today Show performance. I remember in my office, everyone was watching it. So what was that like to know that there was so much hype for your return? I mean, people were tuned in. And again, the memory is just making me
No, it was a great relief. It was a great relief. We invested a lot of time and energy and really stopped doing what we were doing as individuals, and started to, work together with the idea of, fully reforming the band and going on the road. And, we were confident that we would have some success, but I think when the Today Show performance happened, we realized, it could be much greater than we ever anticipated. And, to see that many people out on the street, and then to hear almost immediate laughter that, ticket sales were going through the roof and everything was going crazy. I mean, it was a relief, and it was rewarding, but I think most specifically we were relieved and grateful, and then came the new pressure of now living up to those expectations that come with selling out, arenas around the world.
So why come back together again? Because you do your own thing. You all have your own stuff going on. Why continue on with New Kids?
Just bored. Sitting at home. Twiddling my thumbs.
Why not? It's a beautiful thing. We wanted to do it again. We did it once, and then it was time to kind of go live our own separate lives and discover life, on our own. And we did that, and I guess we all at the same time felt, good enough to come back together and relive it and create some new memories. So, we know how special the New Kids thing is and how special the fans are, and we just wanted to experience that again.
Is it
Yes.
Word.
Is it weird to see other groups, other boy bands coming up that get really popular, and you've been through it, and no?
No, it's not really weird because we, grew up, idolizing New Edition, so we don't really feel like we pioneered anything, and there was the Jackson 5 and the Osmonds before that.
Duran.
It just, we see it and it's just another group.
I like that.
Trying to represent, man.
Well,
I
but
like that.
one thing that I noticed is that I feel like, do you feel like somehow the industry is a little more accepting now of these boy bands? Because you guys had, remember, non-believers? So is it weird to see the Jonas Brothers on SNL? Or
No.
No.
No,
No?
it's
I
it's
mean-
part of it's there's always somebody who paves the way for someone else, and somebody who, the first person to come out doing something. And not that we were the very first boy band. I mean, you could go all the way back to Frankie Valli and any number of groups to say they were just vocal groups. But the people who usually come first, it's like a sitcom actor. In the 70s, Red Fox, was one of the biggest stars on television, and he didn't have a good contract. You know, he paved the way for someone else to get a better contract. And, you know, there are artists, you know, to see like NSYNC on the cover of Rolling Stone when, you know, Rolling Stone wouldn't even give us, you know, 2 minutes of paper or 2 inches of paper or 1 sentence in their magazine, you know, 15 years earlier. Is it weird? No, I think you just understand that, you know, times evolve, you know. I mean, there was also, you know, that's sort of the negative side, but the flip side is when we first came out, there was no room for another boy band. There was MTV, and that was it. There were no other outlets or mediums for, you know, for people to get exposure. And, you know, so any other boy band that came out, even relatively close to us, they were thwarted by, you know, there's only one. Anything else is not credible. You know, so 10 years later to see Backstreet and NSYNC, like, doing well, a little surprising, but it seems to always happen that way, you know what I mean? Someone comes first and makes it easier for somebody else, and that's just the way it is.
Now, I mean, I remember I know there were fans that would, like, go to your house and, you know, stalk you and all that stuff, but it was before the TMZs and before these tabloids that, you know, just follow celebrities and their every move.
Mm-hmm.
They were there, though.
Yeah, they were there.
Tabloids were there. Hard Copy was around, and
Really?
yeah, Bill O'Reilly.
Current Affair.
Yeah. Bill O'Reilly did. Which one did he do? I think it was Hard Copy.
Current
Something like that.
Oh, no, Inside Edition.
Inside Edition, you know, but it's just the level now, you know, and the reality is it's not even so much the tabloids, it's that the mainstream media, to the exception of AP, of course, has become much more, you know, I think really specifically since like O.J. Simpson, I think every major news outlet is looking for the next big, salacious, scandalous story. I mean, sometimes you see scandals almost brewing, and it's like, you know, there's always like, oh, thank goodness, like Tiger Woods happened, you know what I mean? Because now our scandal's this big compared to that one. It's like people are always looking for the next giant scandal, and that's what's scary, is that like Entertainment Tonight is like not much different in content than like the CBS Evening News. I mean, that's what's really different to me. It's not so much that the tabloids, they were always there. I mean, Michael Jackson, are you kidding me? He was in hyperbaric chambers before we even had one record on the radio. Mm-hmm. So it's always been there. It's just, it's never been so accepted as real news, the gossip and stuff.
Is it easier now to be in this limelight because you're not kids anymore and you're more mature?
Yeah, I think we definitely have a little bit more of a sense and a grasp of it. We try to keep everything in front of us. You know, when it happened the first time, it felt like the world was crashing down on you, and a lot of that was amazing, beautiful stuff, but a lot of that was very stressful too. And now, as grown-ups, you can kind of breathe and be in the moment a little bit more because you set your schedule a little bit more healthily, and everything's kind of, you get your ducks in a row a little bit more, and you can enjoy it better that way.
Okay, just a few questions for the fans. What was like the craziest, still to this day, like the craziest thing someone's done?
I'm gonna go downstairs. I'll see.
Who
Did that question pass?
People care.
Did that question pass?
But we've answered that question today, honestly, like
5 to
Danny, don't be mean.
No, I'm not being mean. I'm just
Don't
saying,
be
like,
mean,
You know what it
Danny.
is? You know what
because
it is?
honestly, right now with this time around, we haven't really experienced
He's
any
pissed.
of
But I'm
You pissed him
asking
off.
about when you were younger.
Thanks.
What's your funniest memory that still stays with you? But if you were asking,
There's,
for
um,
something-
Yeah, the thing is, it's. I think really for all of us. Sorry to interrupt you, John. If you want me to, if
No,
you want to
go.
go. Okay. I
Let's-
think the
let's
thing for
keep
us
it
is that it's that there's so many fans who are just people. You know what I mean? So like it's sometimes I think we kind of take a lot of it in stride. We kind of enjoy it amongst ourselves when crazy things happen. I mean, we've been in a bus and there were fans on top of the bus, you know, and we didn't know they were there. We've walked over piles of fans in order to, you know, not get killed by, you know, mobs of fans like in Korea trying to get out of an airport because the government insisted on having the paparazzi be able to take photographs of us, you know, arriving in the airport. There's so many things happen, and we generally just enjoy it amongst ourselves and kind of keep moving. Like, we really kind of don't take notes like that. I mean, it's not like we share war stories, but I think what it is also is there are so many fans who are just regular people. And so sometimes, like, to always be asked a question like, how crazy are your fans, or what's the craziest thing? It's like there are so many who are just want to hear our song or just see a good show that, you know, that there's a ratio of fans who are fanatical, fans who are just average fans, and fans who are, you know, get excited around playoff time. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
But I was a huge fan.
yes.
Didn't stalk you, but at the same point, I find it funny to kind of reminisce in that way, because I feel like you all went through this amazing experience that not a lot of people have, and you can all share it together, and kind of with the fans too, like, hey, when people were sneaking through the baggage claim thing in the airport, you know what I mean, or something like that.
Yes.
I think, yes, who cares, but really, I think the fans do care.
No, it's just that one specific. We heartily embrace the past. I think that's pretty obvious, and you know, that's a huge part of our history. So we love that. It's just that one specific question. And I think what's more, you know, what resonates more with us is that simple meeting that you bump into someone at the airport or on the street, and it's a very quiet meeting. They go, "Hey, I loved you," or "You were great. I saw you here," or "I saw you there, and I saw you in a show." And it's just a nice moment. You know, those things are much more special than, you know, someone on top of your bus, you know. And frankly, that was a long time ago. And the cool thing now is that, yeah, when the time is right to get crazy, we get crazy, you know. But there's a lot of downtime, and the downtime is just as fun as the craziness.
Right.
And we've created like this new relationship with them, where we're accessible to them all the time. You know what I mean? We do meet and greets every night at the shows. We've done the cruise, and we're doing another one. We're on a boat together, partying and having fun. So it's a different relationship than it was before. And they're older, we're older. So it's just, it's you know, we meet people all the time, and it's always fun and refreshing.
All right.
But it's not, you know, we appreciate your question. We respect the question, and probably the response was no different on the first interview today, even though this is number 20 of the day. The response is always like, one of the interviews we just chose not to even have the
Mostly
question
because
asked.
it's the same answer, you know. I
Yeah.
think that's part of it too. We can't think of anything, you know. It's usually the time when I walked into my bathroom and there were two fans in there that had snuck in. But now what's taking over now is the conveyor belt story at the airport.
Right.
But other than that, you know.
But you know what's fun is, like, there was a guy on the cruise who did a tribute band to New Kids. That's a fun story. It's like it's not that he did something crazy. He was in a tribute band. He came on the cruise. We asked him a question during like a question and answer thing on the cruise, and he said he did a tribute band. So when we did No More Games, we asked him to come up and sing it, and he did the whole song and like killed it. He did the old dance steps from 1991. I mean, it was amazing, and the crowd went crazy. And I mean, that's like really a fun thing. That's the kind of thing we really get a kick out of, is like, you know, stories like that, being able to share, you know, moments with people, you know, being able to like be so privileged as to be important enough to somebody that they would make a tribute band for us. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that really impresses us. Or, you know, being like part of a Make-A-Wish Foundation so many times, and meeting someone who was dying and their last wish was to see us. I mean, that's humbling and amazing. And you know, I guess we're probably just a little sensitive to like always talking about how crazy, you know, the fans are, when there's so many people who just, you know, for whatever reason we touch them and they touch us back, and we try to, you know, respect that as much as we can. And you know, and I guess we just get sensitive to like only telling the crazy stories, because the emotional ones are really what fuel us and make us humble, to be honest with you.
Lastly, what you just did something recently for Haiti.
Yes.
Sponsored a flight.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Among other artists and doctors and amazingly generous people. But go ahead, anyone. Sorry.
Well, you know, there's lots of different charities and causes that you can donate to rebuild Haiti, but this one was like an urgent need. It was we financed a plane going to Haiti along with a bunch of other artists, and doctors and medical supplies and wheelchairs went down there. And it's hard to get planes in, but through connections we were able to get a plane into Haiti, and we're asking fans to hopefully get another plane down there. And you go to planetohaiti.org, and you can contribute whatever you can. It all adds up.
Good job.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia.